Everyone. I've unmuted everyone, and if anyone has a question they would like to. Yes, Laura. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. You have to turn the audio on. I can't hear you. You have to turn the audio on. I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
All right.
Now
All things are tree. Good things are tree.
Huh?
Yeah, I've experienced that my consciousness or my feeling of presence and self is kind of falling asleep during the meditation, and it's happened several times. But I don't notice that until I getting awake. And what it feels like is like I go deeper. I work deeper within myself, but then I come to a place where it just turned off. And I don't know if that's maybe it's a paradoxical experience of both
No,
increase.
it's a very common experience, Laura, because as you go deeper, there's going to be resistance to taking the next step in your life, the next step in your spiritual life, and that feeling of tiredness, of falling, that's the resistance to truly making the change inside yourself that is so important. There's always going to be resistance inside all of us, and we always hit it. And people, they get tired, they get this, they get that, and yet they're not really tired. It's just a part of them that is resisting allowing the energy to go deep enough inside to truly make the change. Because, as I always kid around, if I scream fire, when we're all sitting in a room, we'd all have enough energy to run out of the room. It's resistance. That's all it is. And it means that it's reminding you that you have to relax a little deeper, you have to open a little deeper, you have to take the exercise a little deeper into yourself so you can break through that resistance. On the other side of that resistance, there's an incredible opening. I promise you that, because I have been through it 1,000 times. It's like the fairy tale, you got to slay the dragon in order to get to the pot of gold, or the damsel in distress, or whatever it is. There's always that resistance. On the other side of it, there is, there's gushes of energy and opening and awakening and consciousness. So don't be set back by that. It's just part of the growth process. And if you didn't have resistance, I would be very surprised. Everybody has it. I have it. And I've been doing this a lot longer than you, And every time I'm ready to take a major step, there's always 50 things that take place inside, like dragons breathing fire in my face. And then it's, the sword of wisdom slays the dragon. Kundalini slays the dragon. Opening deeper slays the dragon inside you.
Would you then mean that when we, for example, getting the waves of Kundalini through our body, that is kind of like this sword piercing through all of you?
Well, Kundalini, when it opens and rises in the spine, it breaks through all of the illusion. Suddenly you see what's real. You see what's an illusion. Suddenly you can make choices, and the choices will get you closer to your spiritual enlightenment. That's what happens. But we need to penetrate that kind of inner depth in order to do what I'm talking about. Our job is to penetrate the depth inside. And when we do that, we are truly serving God, because it leads to a state of enlightenment. So when you feel tired, you feel resistance, It's all part of the process. It's not anything negative. It's something that comes up that we have to work through in order to take major steps in our life. It's like a writer having writer's block, you know? Suddenly nothing comes. Well, you're just blocking yourself from allowing the creative energy to flow. Same thing with an artist and a musician, when suddenly it doesn't work and it's just blocking yourself. And we need to get through those blocks, those limitations, in order to continue to tap the creative energy. And it all is there's a, I hate to put it this way, but I will. It's a death wish in every person. We don't want to open to that higher energy. We want to kill ourselves. We want life to remain stagnant because for some reason it represents certain kind of comfort and easiness and we're familiar with it. So we set up these blocks of resistance inside ourselves that we have to get through in order to continue to tap the flow of creative energy, to activate the Kundalini, which will enable us to truly see what's real, what's not real, how to cut through all the Maya, the illusion of life. One of my students sent me this email and I wanted to read it because I think it's wonderful. You know, it's about, there's a very great Tibetan teacher who was in my life back in the 70s who really changed me. I met him once and it was an amazing meeting. It really transformed my life. You know, and I didn't even know who he was when I met him. I only learned later that he was one of the great, he was like the Karmapa, the Dalai Lama. He was on that level, this man. And he writes here, my advice, this is a great Tibetan Buddhist teacher. My advice, don't be a Buddhist. I mean, just for him to say that is extraordinary. You know, in the end, it's all about personal gain, fame, and business. It's true, you know, just be a person with a good heart. That's the meaning of a truthful Dharma practitioner. We live in illusion and the appearance of things. There is a reality. We are that reality. When you understand this, you see that nothing you are. You see that you are nothing, and being nothing, you are everything. That is all. I mean, it's extraordinary. I mean, it's like coming out of my teacher Rudy's mouth, or my mouth, saying the same exact kinds of, don't be a Buddhist, don't be anything that suddenly sets up whole fields of dogma in the way you just be you. You know, open your heart, live in your heart. You know, come to that place in your heart.
It's 2:00.
Where you don't have to be anything except a child of God, maybe, you know, and that requires a state of nothingness. And this was a man who was a very great soul. And I'm telling you, I met him. I had no idea who he was. I spent 3 days learning from him, transformed my life, changed my life. And he's always been dear to me. He's always been in my heart. I'm not a Buddhist, you know, but this meeting was no accident. It was set up by God that I would meet this person who truly, you know, his teachings in 3 days, it changed my life. So what I'm saying is the resistance inside us, we create to keep ourselves from, like he says, becoming nothing, which is everything. That's the resistance we create. We fall asleep. We don't come to class. We have 50,000 reasons why we shouldn't be there. All of it is, I mean it, it's just resistance, stupid. Just resistance. To come and get the energy you need to grow with. And trust me, I've seen it 1,000 times with people. I've been through it myself. You know, God gives us gifts and we really have to take advantage of them. Otherwise, it's just stupid, you know, not to take advantage of the gifts that God gives us. Knowing better. Frankly, I don't know better. I just do what I have to do every day to continue to grow. And I know at this point in my life, I'm up for really a major challenge because I'm ready to go to a completely new level in my inner life. I know I can feel it, and I feel the things coming up, resisting it. And this voice inside me says, Stuart, you've got to surrender deeper. You have to go deeper because you're ready to take such a major step in your life that, you don't even know what it is, but when it comes, it's going to be amazing.
Thank you.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I would, Francesca.
Did you have a question?
Yes. I realized when I have a yoga exercise that I open much more. It's much easier to meditate and it's stronger.
Well, because Francesca, you're relaxing inside. When you do asanas, you do all those exercises, you're getting rid of that physical and mental tension that enables you then come to the meditation. And instead of spending half the class just trying to relax yourself, you're right in the middle of a class. I always suggest people do hatha yoga before you come here. Take a shower, run around the block 5 times, do something to get rid of the tension. So you come here with an open heart. You don't just come to the class and bring all the tensions of the day to the class. So what you just mentioned is essential. I do it before class. I always do something to relax myself. I have business things going on. I have people, my daughter, my this, a family, all kinds of stuff going on. I don't want to bring that here. So I got to relax. And I make an effort to relax before I come here. So I think that's very good, Francesca, and you should do that. Do some asanas, do some hatha yoga, do some breathing exercises, just to relax yourself and bring a relaxed person here, not somebody who's fighting with all the tensions of the day. Oh my God, the class is no good. I'm not getting anything. It's just your own tension. It's not the class. The classes are always incredible, it's your own tension. Oh my God, in my head, my emotions. I had a fight with my husband, my boyfriend, my girlfriend. My God, terrible, I had a terrible business day today, don't bring that. Just get rid of it before you come here. And you can, if you just do some asanas, something to relax yourself. It's very important. It's just as important as the class, because otherwise the class becomes a waste of time,
It's a huge difference. It's a huge difference. It makes a huge difference.
Yes, yes. I've been telling people this for 40 years now. I hope people start to listen. Does anyone else have a question?
Yeah. Hi, Stuart. Can you talk more about synchronicity and, as we do this deep work, as we see the connections more in our life and people come into our life?
Yes. I don't know, what am I going to say about that? New people will come into your life. There will be different experiences that come, and we just are capable of dealing with these things in a more conscious way. Look, I had a situation about 2-3 weeks ago with somebody who I've known for a really long time. And this person has been in my life and they always come to me and they're like hit by a truck. And I have to put them, I've been doing this with them for 40 years now. I really mean this. And finally they came to me, a situation came to me that was just enough. And I said, it's enough. I don't want this anymore. I don't need this in my life anymore. But you talk about having patience with somebody. But what came was so terrible that I said, no, I can't do this. I can't put this person back together again so they can do crap like this to other people. And I told him, no, I'm not interested, in very strong language. I am not interested. New situation, old situations come, that you have to deal with, and you deal with them in a more conscious way because you have grown and you have less of your ego invested in pleasing other people and being, you understand, you just deal with things as they come to you in a conscious way and with an open heart and, and in a way which you can say, okay, I don't have to deal with things like this anymore. Or I welcome them and embrace them because they truly are helping me to grow and have a spiritual life. That's part of inner strength, and people come and go. The only thing that's constant is God. Everything else is in transition all the time. And if you connect with God, then you can deal with all the transition that takes place in life. Took me a long time to learn this, Larry. I really mean that. But it's been a saving grace. Because it's enabled me to make choices in the world. I mean, there's a person who came to visit me and they're going to stay for a month. And I'm telling you, every time I look at this person, my heart just opens. It's like to the entire universe. I mean, we even wrote a book together, called From Darkness to Light. And when I see her and I see how much this person has grown in her life and how much she is truly a testament to how extraordinary this meditation can be if somebody really does it in depth. I mean, when I see her, it's like my heart it's like, I am so grateful what this person has brought to my life. And I mean this, and she's come to New York. I said, I'm open for people to come visit and have meditation. And, she came and rented a place in Manhattan for a month in order to come to my classes here, to spend some time with me. But I'm telling you, I saw her yesterday for the first time other than Zoom in a year. And boy, my heart just was ringing. To see this young woman and how far she's come in 5 years of her life is the greatest gift I think that somebody has given to me, and I can't remember how long. And that's synchronicity. So what I'm saying is everything changes. And we need to have the strength inside, the openness inside, to be able to deal with life as it changes. I mean, 5 years ago, she's now 27 years old. She was a waif of a thing with blue hair who was getting off of heroin and was in prison. That's where I met her. And that's where I met this person. I was teaching a class in a prison outside of Portland, Oregon. She started coming to my classes. And to see what has happened to this human being is just the most extraordinary miracle that's happened to me in my life. I mean, other than what's happened to me when I met Rudy, and the changes that took place in my life. It's one of the great miracles of my life to see what's happened. So all of this is possible. We have to go get past, Laura, the resistance in ourselves to make these things possible. I mean it. And I look at you, Laura, and I see so much potential, creative energy inside you. Just get past the resistance, and you're going to be amazed at what can happen in life. And not only Laura, but everybody here, you know.
I will let all those moments and restrictions be the current situations.
You have to speak up a little bit here.
I will let those moments when I feel the restriction be those moments that let me grow. Because that is what it feels, just like current situation. Just little messages of how things are now. And past weeks, I've been more and more centered. I've let life flow however it is. And in the kindergarten today, I sat still on the top of a little hill, and I had the necessity to just be all calm and observing. And almost the whole child group were with me the entire time, sitting around, watching birds. It was very incredible. So I see how even though it is restrictions happening, it's just a reminder of that you're still on your way.
That's all it is. It's just a reminder. Hey, don't stop. Do your work. You're growing.
Thank you. Yeah.
Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? Okay, just a reminder that on Monday, I'm just going to take a week off. I need a vacation. So there'll be a class this Sunday, and then the class following will be the 2 Tuesdays afterwards. But I need to take a vacation, and it's been a year. This has been really intense for me this last year. I'm not kidding you, you know? I'm like almost at the point where I don't want to look at a computer anymore. But I need to take a little time off for a week. But God bless you all, and thank you for being here. And there will be a class on Sunday, and I'm looking forward to it. Bless you all.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Take care.